Hi, and welcome to a brief lecture on some good peer-reviewed resources that you can use. You won't necessarily need them in this class, but I figure since we're talking about academic writing, I wanted to give you a heads up for good writing resources for other classes and especially for college. So the first one, you might be familiar with it, is called Google Scholar. And Google Scholar, you can get to it. I have some links posted. Google Scholar is just like regular Google, but it only gives you peer-reviewed sources. So what does peer-reviewed means? It means it can't be fake news. It can't be just something someone posts. It means that someone who is an authority, usually multiple people who are an authority on that topic, have reviewed it. So the peers have reviewed it. Usually it comes in academic journals, that sort of thing. So if you put in Shakespeare, you'll see some books. Those won't be necessarily as good because you probably don't have the entire book there. So you're going to want to look for more like articles. So let's go ahead and look at, this is not on Shakespeare, it's just by someone with the last name of Shakespeare, but it is an article. So you could click on it and you can find the article there. You might be able to view it. You might need to buy it. I wouldn't suggest buying it. Talk to your research librarian. When you get to college, you'll have academic search engines that'll have these sort of things on it. But let's say you wanted this article. If you got your information from it, you figured out what you needed, there's this cool little cite button that you can hit right here, and there you have your MLA citation for it. Now you might need to change a couple things. It's not going to be perfect, but you can just copy and paste this into your works cited. Or if you're doing APA or Chicago or Harvard or something like that, those are in there as well. So this is going to be much better for you than like EasyBib or Citation Machine, and you can also just make sure you're getting what you need, you know. It's a lot easier than trying to put it together yourself, although I do suggest double checking it because it's not always 100% accurate. It's a great spot to start. So that's Google Scholar for you. Another source that works really well is Encyclopedia Britannica. Your school probably has a subscription to this. If they don't, that's okay. You can go to any library and it most likely has a subscription to this. So if you wanted to look at Encyclopedia Britannica, let's say we want to search DNA or something like that, you get all these articles on DNA. And what's great about this is it's like Wikipedia. It's just peer-reviewed. It's not the highest source, you know, the most academic, but it's a great spot to start. It also has these hyperlinks. So if you wanted to look at molecules, you can hyperlink to it just like Wikipedia. And if you go all the way down to the bottom here, maybe I went too far to the bottom. Oh, sorry, it's been moved to the top. If you go all the way to the top, there is also a cite button, so you can figure out the information that you need to cite it right away. Sometimes it will give you just the MLA all put together, not always though, but that's the information you're going to need, and it's pretty easy to put together from there, all in one nice, convenient location. So that's Encyclopedia Britannica, a great source. Those in Google Scholar are great spots to start. It's okay to start in just a Wikipedia or just a regular Google to get basic information as you're looking at things, but as you look for things to cite, you want to make sure that they're going to be academic and peer-reviewed. Okay, two Shakespeare-specific things. So you won't necessarily need them in this course except for the scavenger hunt, but they're great to know if you have to write about Shakespeare, and most students do. He's the only author that you absolutely have to read in high school according to the U.S. government. So I wanted to give you some info on him. If you go to advanced search, this is open source Shakespeare. So it's a concordance. If you go to advanced search right here, you can pick any of his plays. So let's say you're writing on Julius Caesar and you want to find where the word dream is mentioned. So you're doing a paper on how dreams influence Julius Caesar. So you put dream in there, you select Caesar, you hit search, and it's going to give you all the lines in Julius Caesar that have that word. So again, this is a fantastic way to kind of narrow things down, search across different plays and get an idea. Now, obviously, if you're writing on dreams, you're going to cite more than just these lines, but this is a great way to start. And you might use half these lines, so that's a fantastic way to just find things really quickly. Last thing on Shakespeare I want to show you, this is called JSTOR Shakespeare Learning Labs, which again I'll have linked to. It has all his plays right here with a nice little picture. So let's say you want to do Romeo and Juliet. You're going to click on Romeo and Juliet. Just need to give it a second while it connects. Okay, so here you have the complete text of Romeo and Juliet, which you can find in many places. What's cool about this is if you get into the actual play. So let's look at Two Households Both Alike in Dignity. This 18 over here, if you click on it, it's going to show you all the articles in JSTOR that cite that line. So Tragic Effects in Romeo and Juliet uses that line. So this is a fantastic way to find articles that talk about what you talk about. You can read this one online for free, which is awesome. That's not always the case. Again, if you can't, just check with your librarian or your English teacher. They can probably help you find it. But again, this is an awesome way to get this article. These articles are written at a pretty high level, like undergrad, graduate, and above level usually. But you can find interesting info in them, and sometimes you'll find an article that's right at the level you need. And you can always look at their references to get other ideas. So I still think books are a fantastic way to get basic research done. Especially if you're using the back of them and you know a librarian that can help you out. But the internet is moving forward very fast. There's a lot of flat out wrong things on the internet, though. So you want to make sure you're using good sources. So again, this is just Google Scholar, Encyclopedia Britannica, open source Shakespeare, and the JSTOR Learning Labs with Shakespeare. So those are all fantastic sources, and I hope they can give you some help. Let me know if you have any questions, and good luck on your writing. Bye.